in that one setting, but I'm definitely doing my part, coming back on here, making sure I'm recording the thoughts, the downloads. They come so swift. All I can do is write them down in a journal and get around to my recordings when I can. Cause like I started off saying on part one, this is a real thing to think about when you utilize social media and web services, certain web services. What do I mean? Like, you just should not. Y'all know how they always said business and personal should be separated. Like, your business life and your personal life should be separated. People quick. I like to use myself for an example to give y'all a more, you know what I'm saying, personal feel of not just who I am, but just so I'm not stepping on other toes. I can use myself for an example all day because I've been died to the part of me that can't take accountability for stuff, y'all. That is so stupid. And people hate that about me. It seems that people hate this about me. It's just, you think you would love not just a person, but a person that's trying to move the whole world if they could into that direction because they feel like the world would be a better place if we had more adults. It's not that we don't make mistakes or that we're all perfect. It's actually that we don't have enough people that just take accountability, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Anything I state on my stream about these topics are just my opinions, comments, and views. Nobody has to agree. We do encourage comments in our comment section. See, if y'all go back to my videos like 2 years ago, I a lot of the comment sections are not even open on things I used to discuss. I used to come out here and give what I gotta say and jump off. And I did not care about comments. But see, over time, you do get to know YouTube better and how the platform works and everything. And I've decided, yes, I want the comments open. Thank you guys that have been commenting. You know what I'm saying? To me, to the Crown Publishing Content family, that is love. LOVE. But anyways, what I was saying, you want to you keep your business life and and your career and your personal life and your family life separated. A lot of people don't know. A part of me, the deepest part to me, could have been. Let me say it like that. I don't want to say wants to because it's still like, it could still happen. But it's certain jobs I wouldn't even do just because, like, let's say social media and stuff wasn't out in these different websites and all this different crazy stuff. If this stuff wasn't out, I would have been into journalism already. Journalism, I was talking to a driver the other day. I be having drivers sometimes because it depends on what I'm doing, and I will Uber somewhere. But one thing about me when I Uber, and a driver never gets away from me without, we always have, you know what I'm saying, positive conversations, make the trip go by faster and stuff like that. But the driver was telling me, dang, I forgot why I brought them up. Ain't that crazy how I be trying to keep up with my thoughts? Hold on one second, guys. Oh yeah, but that's exactly what we were discussing. Like when I was talking about how I was a writer and stuff, outside of YouTube, outside of my personal life, I like to write for people. And I was like, it can end up being a dangerous job going straight off into journalism. You know what I'm saying? When you have kids, you got people for a long time have always covered stories, research stuff, study stuff, so that they could go record documents and turn this into the news. This is not new, but like, you know what I'm saying? These days, it's even more dangerous because depending, that could just be your field of work, and somebody could get mad about what story you're covering. It's literally that stupid. If it's like that for us in the world of journalism, what more did this teacher really learn? Hold on, what am I trying to say? Like he truly learned something, and we should all learn something from this story. I don't need to learn it because, like I said, I was using me for an example. I'd rather people say, oh, she looks behind on this or that, or oh, she's struggling, or call it what you want to, but I have a problem mixing business with pleasure. I have a problem mixing business with my personal life. I have a problem with somebody wanting to know my every niche and move. That's why, I know that there are authorities higher than me and they have power to do things and investigate and do stuff like kind of like what this teacher is going through. I know I'm aware of this. And it doesn't make it any less, it doesn't make me more open to like knowing that these things are out here, or that these type of higher authorities are out here, because privacy, secrecy is just a place that I have always, you know what I'm saying? You don't force a person to live that way, kind of like a loner, kind of like a, and then call yourself, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't understand that person and why they're so to their self and why they don't want nobody in their business, and they just stand alone all the time. You know, that's like contradicting yourself. If you're gonna make them feel rejected and off to the side and stand alone-ish all the time, well, like I can put it in these words. They say if you like when you teach a person long enough, they say you got to teach a person how to treat you, right? You know what I'm saying? You teach a person how to treat you even when you think you're not doing it. You ignoring a person, you putting them all you. So now you are showing them how to live without you. You are showing them how to function, literally function and live a day-to-day life every day without you. But then act confused about how they're doing that. It's funny when simply all they trying to do is keep their personal life separate from what they from their business goals. And it sounds like, why is she speaking on this? But had this teacher right here in this story, we need to learn from this stuff, not just sit here and talk about it. Are we learning the lessons that these stories really portray? That if you're willing to look at it, how many? I'm asking this question again. All of us know at least one, and that's too many. All of us know at least one person right now, for real. Like we know, whether it's a family member, a friend, somebody you met, you know, a professional that think it's cute to get on TikTok while they're at their professional job. They like to flick pictures sitting right there at the desk. I did, but like I'm finna get there. I did the same thing, but it's how you do something. It's the timing. It's, you know, it depends on where you work. Now that's fine. Post a picture of yourself at the desk. Like you might see me do something like that in my older days. I mean, you know, my, what do you call it? I want to say my latter days, like my younger days, when I did not understand the dangers of social media yet. I bet you this teacher found out. Yeah, because not only that, you have crazies that literally take what you post personally. I am telling y'all, like they will take what you post personally. Now they want to find you. Now they want to make your business about theirs. They now want to make sure they're a part of what shuts you up, what brings you down, what takes you away from what you do, because they don't like that. They didn't like that. This man posted a video of his students in his classroom taking down his hair. I wonder where the principal was. And I'm being funny. I wonder where the principal was. Surely the principal didn't see the TikTok at the moment, the live or whatever, because the principal's busy being a principal, being a professional. Where were the coaches? Where was the teacher next door? Somebody saw it. I'm telling y'all. It became dangerous for him to, what did he think he was doing? Give a sneak peek of your classroom and your relationship with your students, sir? I can't emphasize this enough, how I think this just could have been avoided. Number one, not just keeping the kids out of your hair, sir, because it has absolutely nothing to do with science class, but you took it upon yourself. I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all are addicted to social media and don't even know it. You see, people have their own opinions. I hear people say, no, it's getting to the point people are addicted to people. Like, you know, they're addicted to this channel or that YouTube channel or this person. They're not addicted to they're addicted to social media. Because how the hell are you at a professional career making your quote unquote money? Do you businesses out there know this? Your employees are jumping on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook every chance they get in between their work. They're jumping on there. It's one thing to get on there and scroll and see what everybody else is doing while you're at work, but like to show your personal life at work, yes, you are becoming liable, susceptible if you have anything to do with anybody else recording around that workplace. Because once again, we left off on part one talking about, you know what I'm saying, these code of conducts that are usually gone over in something like training, orientation when you first get a job to begin with. And for students too, when they start a new year, because I remember this every year in school, we had to do a student code of conduct at the beginning of the year. And don't let you go to a new school because you weren't there in the beginning of the year at that new school. You weren't there. So now that's understandable. You might break a rule or two and they like, you know what, Miss Whitney, come on over here. You need to go over our classroom student conduct because you just started here in the second semester and you were not here to sign it with the rest of the class at the beginning of the year. Do we have teachers doing that or whatever? You know what I'm saying? It's just something to think about. But at this particular school district, when this was investigated, the student code of conduct made it very clear. I left off talking about this on part one that, it definitely mentions that staff and students must respect one another's boundaries. I would say he's respecting it. If they consented to take his hair down, what did they really do wrong? Or where did he not respect their boundaries? Who knows? He may choose to handle this legally. He might choose to go back and stand up for himself and really, you know what I'm saying? This story may get more attention. All I said is I want to follow it. You know what I'm saying? You got fired for letting 4 to 5 quote unquote students that he quote unquote considered besties. And sometimes y'all know how that people be like, you can't be your kids' friends. These kids do need friends. That's exactly what's wrong with them. They always feel like older people don't understand them. Actually, why don't y'all try to touch more bases with them? Get closer to the kids. Let them know. If anybody understand, number one, I understand because you're my child and you're just like me. A lot of times that's just what it is. But when they're a teacher, I can understand trying to make them feel like, they do have somebody else to talk to, lean on. They have another support outside of their parents at home. Most times, let's remember, school is your home away from home. Y'all got these babies there 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. As soon as they start taking down a teacher braids, he's fired. Anyways, the student code of conduct supposedly also mentions that this is what I wanted to touch on with part two, because y'all got to think about stuff like this. That students must not be recorded, their faces or voices. This is where he probably got himself in trouble with. You don't just put anybody face and voice on the goddamn camera because you chose to get on TikTok. That's where I'm on his ass at. Because I actually hate when people do that now. They be in the middle of a live, but they swear they gotta do their live kind of by you. You don't know this person from Jill to Jane. They on video chat with somebody, but they come kind of by you. That way, when they turn their phone a little bit, you know what I'm saying, people can see your face too. Like anytime I see that type of shit, I do try to call it out because it's like it's a warning. It's a warning when you're dealing with me. It's like, baby, you do know that I didn't say I want to be on video chat. Did I say you could take a picture of my child? Watch this, y'all. It says mustn't record student faces and voices unless teaching, performing arts class, or career technology. But every school district is different. This is what this school district, where this teacher got fired, their code of conduct says this. Okay, that's crazy. But what I'm trying to tell y'all, most school districts at the beginning of the year when you enroll your child, it's going to have like that form, like a consent form of whether you want your child to be recorded or not when it comes to classroom activities. What's the name of that form? Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like a technology release form. Is it okay for us to record your child? Is it okay for us to take pictures? It's going to pretty much say that in a nutshell. If you pay attention to what you're signing, a lot of y'all just signing these kids up. I know. I'm gonna tell y'all how I know. Because your kids are not being taught like, hey baby, you don't just take pictures of anybody when you go to school. Oh, well, mama, they're my friends. You make sure that that's consented by your friends. For sure, for sure. Like this is what it looks like in our household, me telling them, or you don't just jump. I know it's fun to take pictures of your friends. This is not the 1990s though, where we could take pictures at school like we used to, y'all. See, schools now have these release technology forms and all this. You can really find yourself sued recording somebody's child, somebody being in the background of your video, and they didn't know they were. But now their face is shown, and if they really wanted to panic about it and feel a type of way about it, they could. Because you're infringing on their, what is that called? Like you're invading their privacy. Damn, what's up with since technology has been here? I swear people privacy been invaded left and right. left and right. Not saying I know his intentions were probably not to just like expose his students' faces but really, who knows? Who knows, right? The man is being investigated now. We would think that's what illusion does. Let's say that we would think that they just playing in his hair and he's a good teacher. But really, anything could have been going on. Because when I thought about it, I said, yup, them girls, them students' faces. It's one thing to just put himself on TikTok while he's at work as a teacher, but you had whole minors' faces in your video while you're recording yourself. We would understand why. It's because you're a teacher, but see, you have to be careful. Once again, Miss Arthur Teta Sherry Whitney wants to know how many professionals are still out there making it like social media is just a priority while they're at a professional job. Now, how many that work with children is the real question. Why the hell, what need do you have for social media? You're working with students. I'm not going to even just say children, let's say students, because their life is in your hands until they at least graduate. And they go for college students too. So what need would we have when we're around students in general? This is my opinion. This is my question. Leave you guys' reactions and answers in the comment sections. Make sure to hit that like button to show your support of this topic. But how many professionals are really feel like they got to get on live? They got to get on TikTok. They got to get on. They have to be on Snapchat at work. Those type of professionals, I'm sorry, Miss Whitney does not trust. I don't trust them. People have the nerve to maybe walk on eggshells or not trust me because they now know what type of work I do, that I like to share stories, that I like to research different news articles, and they feel like they have to be careful around me, but I'm still human to where I got to be careful just because of what I do. And I just want to be that way. I want to be more safe than sorry. And then you have children too. You got people will That's why I'm still kind of giving reference to this teacher in this story by giving these examples with my own life. You got people that forget what teacher or who don't understand on their professional levels, sometimes because of the work you do. Yeah, it could be kind of dangerous. You got to live a certain way now. Maybe you prefer to homeschool because you know what I'm saying. This is sad too, though. You got a teacher like him that's actually trying to support his students and be friendly with them and all it is. But then you got other teachers that are whole bully students. I don't know if y'all know this going on out there. Bully students because they got a whiff or a gist of who your mom or dad was, what they do. God forbid, because my kids have been through it a little bit. God forbid this was the reason the teachers were doing it though. Like, is it because somebody has a problem with mommy? These people don't be knowing you. They teach your child for 1 year of the whole. They may see your child the next year. They don't even think like that. They be so stuck in the moment trying to tell you what to do, what's best with your child. But are these the same professionals that are getting caught up on TikTok like this brother right here? This teacher. Maybe some of this stuff needs to come out, y'all, so we can look at it. These are the facilities we send our children to. These are the facilities we trust for them to be in good care, to receive their education. We trust them. Then they want to turn around and talk about what they can't trust about us if we choose to homeschool. If I can get an amen or two in the comments. But y'all professionals are getting caught up on stupid social media sites like TikTok because they cannot separate actually, like Arthur Teta Sherry. They don't know how to separate their business life from their personal life. Hell, on the business side, the last I heard, people were impressed. They were impressed to see the type of projects I'm able to put together by myself, the type of long-term projects. Like I'm still working on stuff right now, all by myself. Yes, it's gonna take longer because it's just me, right? But you better believe there might be some people when it comes to my personal life, things that I'm working on that people just won't know about because that is my business, right? Like literally my business, like my work. And I'm trying to keep it separate. And then they might come to my personal life and be like, what is going on? It looked like a tornado, hurricane, thunderstorm, rain weather type shit. It looks nothing like my business. But even if my personal life was in all kind of shambles and shit right now, you would definitely be able to tell like that it's much, much, much separated from my business. I don't care. Why would I want my business to be like that? You know what I'm saying? As you get those things together, you don't want to put your personal life too much of it on the internet, on social media. This man was literally at his professional job when he chose to record this content that led to him being fired. Maybe he'll become a full-time entrepreneur. What do you do when you lose your job? Because you cannot stick to the student code of conduct, the teacher code of conduct, and everything else the school district had in the books. You think it crossed his mind to ask for the children's consent right there on camera before you put them on there? I mean, he just saw P. Diddy get in trouble, people asking questions about this young white lady he had in his house that suddenly nobody can find. So what y'all probably like, what does that have to do with the other tertiary? Okay, it teaches everybody you don't just put kids on camera because you feel like you want them to talk, you want them to be seen. They are still minors. It's one thing for them to do camera stuff on their own. These kids be having devices, they do what they want to do. That's their consent because it's their phone. But you doing it as an adult, you better be careful today. That's all Crown Publishing Content has to say about it. Y'all leave y'all opinions in the comments. Hit that like button to show your support. This is part 2. I might need to do a part 3 because I really still didn't get out fully what I'm trying to say about this story. You got teachers that help parents with the kids' hair and might tie their shoe and all that. Nobody says anything. They say, well, that's their job and they need to do this. But the teacher asks the students to do their hair, that's a problem. I'm just trying to understand. They have their older students taking their hair down in class, and now they're fired. You know, it just seems like things need to be clarified in every school district before school starts the next school year, because we know most people are getting out now. It's going to be summertime, but I feel like these are the type of things they definitely need to make clear. You're already changing LGBTQ laws and stuff. Because I saw one article saying they were painting his nails too. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. What if he did consider himself a woman or uh, a trans? I don't know that deep into the story, but if he did, now y'all are, playing with his rights. He's hanging out with the girls like he's a girl. What's the problem? We change LGBTQ laws. Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in to another segment. Until next time, y'all stay tuned because for this one topic alone, there might be a part 3 coming. Thank you for your support.